Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl explained it to me.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sons and Shadows with Jeff. Welcome back, everybody, to Sons and Shadows with Jeff. We got a little bit of an update regarding Alien Romulus's box office from this weekend. We just put out a video earlier today from our live stream last night and what was going on with the box office with that. But we want to kick off this little video talking about Noah Hawley's Alien Earth. Looks like they just finished production on this, and he put an announcement out. It's on all the trades like Hollywood Reporter, Variety. They're all running the story, and he's basically talked about like this literally finished shooting. This was announced like back in like 2020-ish, and so it's taken like 3 to 5 years. Of course, you've had like the pandemic, you've had like all the strikes going on, so everything's been a little up in the air and taken a long time to get finished, and now they're about to head into post-production. But I really appreciate seeing like some actual news about this, and, he's pretty excited about this. I really like Noah Hawley, the work he did on Fargo. And he's a fantastic writer. So I'm actually pretty excited about this. I'm pretty optimistic. I'm not too much on the negative side, regardless of what like people are saying about Alien Romulus and the franchise. I like Noah Hawley. I think he's a fantastic writer. We're going to get some good dialogue. We're going to get some coherent storytelling. Just a couple of things I'm a little mixed on, basically, though, is like the subtitle and this being set like 20, 30 years before everything else. So this is basically Alien Zero for the whole franchise. And they're going to get into like Wayland Yutani. We're going to get into like AI and dealing with primordial like alien structure. Not exactly sure how we're going to be like working with like aliens. Like, I know they're kind of ignoring basically Prometheus and Covenant. That's pretty much in this article here too. But like, they talked about basically what is going on. Let's find that here. Yeah, it's crazy to think it took like 3 to 5 years to make the first season of Alien. So hopefully everything like looks good, set structure and everything. It's on Earth, so they'll use as much practical pre-built stuff as possible. It should look fun and it should look good. CGI, we'll have to wait and see because this is still a bit futuristic. One of my main concerns is we're going to be a little more like Caprica, one of the spin-offs from the Battlestar Galactica remake, where they already got into this, and this feels almost a little more of the same as, say, like any AI shows that we've seen in like the last 15 years. I'm hoping we get something a little bit different with Noah involved. I'm pretty confident we're gonna get something different, but I will eat my words absolutely if I am wrong about that. But I'm pretty excited for seeing this. It's got Timothy Oliphant in it. I really like him. One of his unknown people, one of the projects that not many people talk about is his turn in The Crazies. I know he was like in Hitman, one of the Hitman movies, video game adaptations. He's been in quite a few things. I've always been a fan of Timothy. So him being involved tells me there's got to be something here. He doesn't just collect paychecks, he always puts in good work. Regardless of what you think about like Live Free or Die Hard, he was a good villain in that. He just wasn't like a Gruber style villain. But I like Timothy. We got Sidney Chandler, we got Alex Lothar, Samuel Blinken, Essie Davis, right on. Adarsh Gurav, David Restall, Babu Chessie, Jonathan Ajayi, Arana James, Lily Newmark, DM Camille, and Adrian Edmondson. I don't know half those people, so that tends to work for me. I like unknown actors. I know some of you might be screaming in your monitor right now. You don't know who the hell some of these people are? Yeah, well, I don't. And but that's okay. I'm totally down for being introduced to a bunch of new cast with familiar people that I've seen before. It gives me a chance to actually get to understand like the story, get introduced to everybody with fresh eyes. As long as I'm not hearing the name Ripley, Wayland Yutani too many times, I think we'll be okay. But Holly talked in January that the show will explore some of the oops I scrolled up on everybody. Sorry about that. But he talked about like that the show will explore some of the same themes as that film, including the idea of humanity being trapped between its primordial parasitic past and its AI future. And they're both trying to kill us, but its story won't be tied to those of Scott's two Alien prequel films, 2012's Prometheus and 2017's Alien Covenant. I'm okay with that. We'll see how well that really works out, because some people did like Prometheus, but a lot of people weren't exactly keen on Alien Covenant. That's that whole Dave trilogy they were working towards, but that whole trilogy didn't really work out to Ridley's ideas to begin with. They brought in Damon Lindelof, and that didn't really work out very well because he kind of fucked around with the scripts too much. So that being said, this is set before 1979's Alien, and you know, I'm I'm sorry. I'm kind of game for this. It's a TV show. They'll have a better chance to pace things out, delve into some mythology, and create its own mythology at the same time. Ignoring Prometheus and Covenant isn't exactly a deal breaker for me. Could actually be pretty good. It could actually be pretty bad. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm more on the optimistic side, but it sounds like he was pretty happy with how everything was turning out as far as the actors go. And it turned out well. The performances that the actors gave and the work of the artisans, I can't wait for people to see it. This is supposed to be a Hulu exclusive. I don't know how that's going to work out with like Disney Plus or whatnot, but I'm going to watch it. We might be doing an after show, or I'm just going to be doing episode reviews like I did with The Boys season 4, but who knows? I might actually like this fucking show. And that being said, we can roll on over to getting into Alien Romulus here. And no, I don't edit this shit, so you got to deal with me switching screens. How about that, everybody? I'm pro. Anyways, so last night on our Deadwire live stream and the video put out earlier today, it looks like this was going to be tracking between $40 to $45 million for the weekend. And that's about where it fell, like in general in the United States. It hit about 41.5, which is pretty good. But it looks like what's going on is the international is really kind of working for this. It's collected $66.7 million internationally. So it's got a global start of 108.2 million. That's pretty good overall. But generally, when you get like the following weekends, there's always going to be a drop off. So while it's great to see this hit like 100 million plus for the weekend worldwide, this ain't going to stick. And it's not going to keep going up. This isn't like Deadpool where the drop was like maybe 20%. Next week, we're probably only going to see like maybe 40 million worldwide. It's going to have a steep drop. Anybody who's going to see this movie is going to see it right now, right this weekend. This isn't even Monday yet. And I'm putting this out right after a channel update. And because I really wanted to get into this because I know we put out a video earlier and it's a bit out of date now since we have more information about international numbers and where we're going. I mean, this is good, but I wouldn't say that this is great. Like, you got Variety and the shills basically talking about like, this is Disney's return to summer blockbusters. You had that with Deadpool and Wolverine. I wouldn't say this is a blockbuster debut. 41.5 in the US. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. You should have hit like 60 or more if you wanted to be a success in the United States. And that's not to say the movie isn't good. It's not to say it isn't bad. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I was traveling at that time. But to be frank with you, like, this is good. This isn't great, though. This should actually be doing a little bit better than this. And that's not to be a freaking naysayer or to rag on the movie. I'm just saying, like, the way Disney's spinning this shit, like 45 million, 41.5 in the US, it should have gone over 50. Internationally, that's pretty good. That's where I would expect things to be internationally, like 66.7. So a nice 100. That's respectable. I think they would have preferred a little bit more when you especially break down the economics on how movies really work, how they make money. You got the production budget, you have the marketing budget, and then you get the budget of what you get back from the movie theaters because they get their cut and then Disney gets their cut too. So there's a lot more factors involved with this. And while it was made on $80 million, this movie needs to get over $200 million worldwide in order to even possibly break even. You got to figure in that marketing. You got to figure in all the other shit that they've been doing. And there's probably more money involved with this than we think. And it won't be reported for quite a while. They could say reported budget of 80 million. I doubt it. It might have been closer to 100. Now, they could prove it wrong by actually putting out proper financial statements and tax records. They've had a problem with that before. Sorry, Disney. You've been caught lying a few times already. Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, yada, yada, yada. We can go down the line. You've been caught with your hand in the cookie jar with creative financing. So we will see. I will say optimistically, that's nice to see that. I mean, it could have been worse. We could have had a Borderlands style opening where it only got like $4 million or $8 million. This at least is something people wanted to see. I'm a fan of Fede Alvarez. Not too sure about the cast. It looks like a fun movie. We've done some trailer reactions on here. We've had a fun time getting hyped for this movie. And we're all going to see this movie at some point here. And maybe next weekend we will have a proper update on what we think about the movie and where we think it's going box office wise. We should have a better idea. Next weekend's going to be a drop off. So we'll see how steep the drop off is. If it can keep the momentum going, who knows? This movie could surprise everybody and it could keep chugging along every weekend and with a minor drop off and just keeps on cranking out the money. Hey, that's cool too. I'm not exactly rooting against Disney in this regard. Like I said, I like Fede. I like his Evil Dead remake. Hey, I know. Believe me, Evil Dead remake, I know. I did like it despite some problems I had with the film, but it's still a fun movie. He's proven he can give a fun movie. I'm just a little concerned about all the nostalgia baiting with Romulus. But that said, I want to thank everybody for checking out this video. Please hit the like button down below. You got a comment about what we're talking about with Alien Earth with Noah Hawley, or you got a comment about Alien Romulus in the box office? Hey, I want to hear it down below. Please hit that little subscribe button and the little bell notification so you could stay tuned to all of our video content. And I will see you on the next one, as long as I don't keep shaking the goddamn desk and making the camera wiggle. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time.